Kyle Larson, over the last decade, has solidified himself with some of the best drivers in sprint car racing. And in this video today, I'm going to be answering the question, how good is Kyle Larson? But before we get into it, if you could hit a subscribe and a like on this video, it would really help me out a lot, as I am trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of January. I know we can do it, and enjoy the video. But before we get into current achievements, we got to do a little bit of background. Kyle Larson was born on July 31st, 1992 in Elk Grove, California. He would attend his first race with his parents just a week after being born. He began racing at the age of 7, racing outlaw karts in Northern California. As a teenager, he would start open-wheel racing. He would race in the United States Auto Club, also known as USACs, Midget Series, Silver Crown, and Sprint Cars, competing for Keith Kuntz Motorsports and Hoffman Racing with a Toyota backing. During his early career in the USAC Series, a series official gave Kyle Larson the nickname Young Money in recognition of his talents. Kyle Larson would also race in the World of Outlaw Sprint Car Series, with his first win coming at Placerville Speedway, where he was one of the youngest drivers to ever compete. He won the 2011 Four Crown Nationals at Eldora Speedway, winning in all three types of cars in a single night. Only the second driver in history to accomplish that. He won 2 Silver Crown races that season and was named the 2011 Rookie of the Year. Kyle Larson holds the sprint car track record at Ocean Speedway since 2010. In 2012, he won 6 USAC National Midget races, including the Turkey Night Grand Prix. Even during his stock car career, Kyle Larson has continued to race open-wheel cars for midweek races, in addition to going to New Zealand for some off-season races. The 2020 season would be very controversial for Kyle Larson when it came to his NASCAR series. He would begin the season with a 10th place finish at the 2020 Daytona 500. During the Auto Club 400, Larson got turned into the Turn 1 wall by Denny Hamlin, relegating him to a 21st place finish. And on April 13th, 2020, Kyle Larson was indefinitely suspended by Chip Ganassi Racing without pay after he used a racial slur during an iRacing event the day before. Shortly after Ganassi's announcement, NASCAR also suspended Larson indefinitely and ordered him to complete sensitivity training before he is allowed to race again. Larson would also be suspended by the World of Outlaws, but his suspension had been lifted prior to their return to racing. Multiple corporations such as McDonald's, Credit One Bank, and Chevrolet also terminated their sponsorship of Kyle Larson. The following day, CGR fired Larson. On April 27th, Matt Kenseth took over the number 42 car for the rest of the season. In October of 2020, after months of inactivity on social media, Kyle Larson posted an essay on his website apologizing for using the slur and denying that it was representative of who he was. In a statement, Larson said that when racing overseas, he encountered multiple people using this word regularly. He accepted accountability for his actions, including his suspension and dismissal from CGR. He said although he finished the sensitivity training, he did more than what was required of him for him to change his behavior. For instance, he went to Minnesota after George Floyd was killed and participated in a variety of classes to learn more on the African American community. The statement also said some of the people in his career, including Ganassi, kept in touch with him during his rehabilitation, which convinced him to have a hope in saving his career. Larson also said that he hopes his setback was a lesson for everyone, and in the process of seeking reinstatement, and on the same month, it was announced that NASCAR had reinstated Larson's competition privileges effective January 1st, 2021. And this next year, after being signed to Hendrick Motorsports, he would not hold back. In the season finale at Phoenix Raceway of the 2021 season, Kyle Larson started on the pole and led 107 laps en route to his 10th win of the season and clinched his first NASCAR Cup Series championship. He became the first driver to have 10 wins and a championship in the same season since Jimmy Johnson did it back in the 2007 season. Larson would end his 2021 with 10 wins, 18 stage wins, 20 top 5s, 26 top 10s, led 2,581 laps, and had an average finish of 9.1. Kyle Larson owned a World of Outlaws sprint car team named Kyle Larson Racing that fielded a car for Carson Macedo. He acquired full ownership of the team, formerly named Larson Marks Racing, after the 2017 season. The team closed following the 2020 season due to the COVID-19 pandemic and other issues. He drives for his own team in the Midgets and Paul Salva, driving wing sprint cars on a limited schedule. On January 18th, 2020, Kyle Larson would win his first ever Chili Bowl Nationals over Christopher Bell. On May 5th, it was announced that Kyle Larson will compete in the World of Outlaws at Knoxville Raceway, beginning in the spring after a suspension and subsequent reinstatement to the series. At Knoxville, he finished 10th. 2 weeks later at Federated Auto Parts Raceway, Larson set a qualifying lap time of 9.995 seconds, in the first sub-10-second track time in history. And in 2021, he would win his second consecutive Chili Bowl Nationals. A week later, he won his first Lucas Oil Dirt Late Model Series race of the season at All Tech Raceway. Larson won the third annual BC39 race against 74 other USAC National Midgets on the dirt track of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Kyle Larson won the Knoxville Nationals 3 times, 2021, 2023, and 2024, becoming the 8th driver to win this multiple times. And just to add on to his greatness, he would go on to win the biggest purse ever in Australian sprint car racing history at the end of 2024, just a few days ago. And with that being said, that is all I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. Thank you for subscribing in advance, and I will see you guys all in the next video.